I'm Dale from Dale's Gig Reviews and Metallibill Online Magazine, and you are Mike Golarz from ALL.SINNERS. Have I pronounced that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's good. Your band, you're the singer and rhythm guitarist,
Correct.
and then we've got Nick Testone, lead guitarist,
Yep.
Roger Chulnard, drums, and Bruce Morrison on bass. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct for
So, how
sure.
would you describe your sound?
Our sound, we're kind of we've been, a lot of people say like 80s British metal, modern twist, bringing in modern sounds. It's a big, lot of influence on the 80s rock and roll scene. So,
Yeah.
but we've kind of taken those influences and bringing it to today's music. Um, so keeping the old sound alive with a new twist.
Yeah. Well, I think listening to you, you're a bit heavier than this band behind me, White Snake.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's more my lady's sort of music, White Snake. I never really got into that. They weren't heavy enough for me.
yeah. Still a great band though.
Yeah. So your sound is a bit heavier than that
Sure.
from what I've heard.
Yeah,
So who does all the writing?
it's a combination. We started out where the band uh, originally was a cover band, and then the whole COVID pandemic happened, and so, in trying to figure out what to do, I told Roger, the drummer, I had an itch to start writing again. So, at first, it was me. I started writing. And then, when we brought Nick in, he's a very good, very proficient guitar player and writing riffs and progressions. And he brought a bunch of stuff to the table too. And so, I took a lot of his stuff and wrote melodies and songs with it. So, it's a combination of myself and Nick coming down with the main the egg of the songs, and then everybody gets their own free reign on it. So it's a combination, but mainly myself and Nick.
Yeah. So you've got a new album coming out, We Own the Night, which is out on 14th of November.
Yep,
It's by Rat Pack Records, I believe.
correct.
So what are we going to expect from this album?
Oh, um, so if anyone who's heard our EP, I think it's a more mature, in-depth writing. Um, when you're writing an entire album, 11 tracks, you kind of go in different places where you haven't had to, or the album's going to all sound the same. So we did a lot of experimentation with textures and sounds. You're going to get your burners, your fast, heavy stuff, and you're going to get all the melodic stuff that I always write. But we get into some different grindy, slow stuff, and it's just more of a us experimenting with different things that we hadn't done before. Um,
Yeah.
so I see this album too as a good precursor to the next one. What we're going to be able to do next. So
Right.
I can't
So
wait for everybody to hear it.
next one, you're already in preparation for a second album.
Yes, yes, for sure. This one took a while to get out because it kind of went in stages. Because not everybody releases full albums anymore. It was what do we want to do? We want to do 4 songs, 5 songs, and then I think at one point I said, let's do 10. And it was like, all right, well, we need 5 more, so we had to get in and write. So that took a little bit of time. This next one, we're already preparing, putting stuff together. So
Right.
it shouldn't take as long, but we'll see how that goes. We're really
So well this
concentrating on this one first because no one's heard it yet. So
well that's right. It's not out yet. We Own
yeah,
the Night, 14th of November, second album. Have you got a title?
for the next one,
Yeah.
no, not yet.
Oh,
We don't even have
I
any
was-
songs written yet. So no, That stuff came late as well. You know, you're so involved in writing the songs and arranging them and recording them that the last thing is like, all right, what do we call this thing? And what's the
Yeah.
album artwork going to be? So for the next album, I don't know. If I would have had to have planned ahead of, this is going to be a trilogy and the name, but I didn't do that. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah. So it could be called We Own the Day, you know.
It could be. That's a good idea. I might steal that from
Yeah, just one second. I'm actually choking to death here.
you.
Sorry about that. Excuse me.
That's okay.
So you did in 2024, you released an EP called All Sinners.
Yep.
Bizarrely, you followed it up straight away with an unplugged EP. Not a lot of bands do that. That's a bit different.
Yeah, I think that whole thing came down. We did a little acoustic tour with Phil Lewis from LA Guns and Ace Von Johnson of LA Guns, and it was acoustic. They were doing storytelling type of things. Uh, and Roger, the drummer, on one of the last shows, had our sound guy record the show. And when he heard it back, he actually had it mixed and printed without telling us. And then when it came in, he said, "Here, look what I did." And you know, I listened to it and I said, "All right, yeah, this works. Let's put it out." I mean, nowadays everything it's all about content, right? That's what everybody wants is they want content, they want stuff, and we're not afraid to put ourselves out there. So an acoustic album, sure. We're a heavier band, and it just proved that our songs can be played acoustic as well, and it still works. So we were happy enough with it to put it out.
Yeah. Because you've done a few gigs with LA Guns, haven't you?
Yeah, they've become friends, so it's nice.
Oh, that's good then. Any
Yeah.
collaboration?
What was that?
Any collaboration between both bands?
Not yet. I thought about having Phil sing on a song on the new album, but scheduling and stuff like that just wasn't going to work out. We were in a hurry, so
Yeah.
maybe the next one.
So on this new album, yeah, I've got to find my notes here. I wrote it down. Instead of having somebody from LA Guns, is it right you had a 9-year-old son singing on it?
That was my son. Yes, yes. I had him more do screams and stuff like that. So I have a vocal studio in my house. So when I was doing vocals, a lot of times when I'm doing background vocals and stuff, I was tired of hearing my own voice. So and it was before I brought all the tracks into the studio and had the other guys sing on it as well. So I would have my son Jack come downstairs and tell him what to do. And he's actually pretty musical at 9, so he was able to do it. So I put
Yeah.
these little Easter eggs of him singing stuff in the album, so people can try to pick them out if they can find them.
Oh, that's definitely novel and
Yeah,
something he's going to grow up and like. Well, I were on this album with you.
yeah, yeah, and it entertains myself too when I'm working 5 6 hours.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's brilliant. I like that particular story.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, what else? You've toured not really much, have you? Like just around where you are,
Yeah,
basically.
not long form. Not we do little spurts here and there. We were just in LA the last few days,
Hmm.
so we do a lot of fly out and just shoot out and do a few shows. But you can expect in 2026 that we're going to be doing a full tour. So
Yeah,
can't really say what the plans are yet because I'm not allowed to. But you can expect something for sure.
yeah. Because you performed at the legendary Whiskey A Go Go, didn't you?
Tuesday and Wednesday night we were there this week for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's
Uh,
a fantastic experience.
yeah, but it was. What were it like actually? Like, I bet you've been there as a fan before, and or you've seen videos and
Yeah, for sure. I had never been to a show there.
Yeah,
I had been and looked in before, but the first time that I was ever spent a good amount of time was when we played there on New Year's Eve 3 years ago. And that was it mind blowing for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, the place is like straight out of the 80s still. It's Tuesday night and the place is filled with people. Wednesday night, place is filled with people. You don't get that
that's
anywhere.
insane. No.
Yeah, yeah,
One of the quietest gigs I've ever been on was Tuesday night in January in Leeds.
I
And
can imagine.
yeah, there were only a handful of people there for quite a well-known popular band. And it sort of kills the atmosphere a little bit having a half-empty place. So to have one filled is quite incredible for that day of the week.
Yeah, it's hard to pull people out on a work day, a work night, Tuesday.
Yeah,
It's a lot to ask of people, and so when they do, we appreciate it. But yeah, the whiskey has this magic. It's just people are always there, and it's incredible.
yeah. Because you were there with oh God, the name's gone out of my head. Dokken, weren't it, that you were
Yeah,
playing with?
we were there
Yeah,
Wednesday night with talking, and Tuesday night we weren't supposed to play Tuesday night, but when we checked in with the club and said, "Hey, what's going on Tuesday night?" because we like to just hang out, they said there's a Guns N' Roses tribute band that featured Chips Enough from Enough's Enough, and
yeah,
they were like, "There's an opening slot. You guys want to play?" And we said, "Well, we're going to be there, so yes, we'll play. Why not?" So we got off
oh,
the plane, went to the airport, went to the whiskey setup, and played that night. Kind of a
yeah,
warm up show, but it was a good turnout, which is a Tuesday night. It's incredible.
yeah. Enough's
Yeah,
enough. They're crazy guys anyway.
yeah, that's for sure. Chip is a character.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Because you've also opened for some really quite big people, like Queensryche, who I listened to growing up. Massive in my life. I love Queensryche and Warrant as well. Dangerous Toys, Babylon AD. But you also had Mike Tramp from White Lion.
Yeah, who I love. I love Mike Tramp. I love
Yeah.
White Lion. In fact, Griff, that is my. And I told him this, and I actually got an original copy of Pride and had him sign it, and I'm going to put it on the wall. It's my favorite album from that era is White
Yeah.
Lion Pride. Yeah, I love that album.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm actually,
Playing with Queensryche was we actually played with Jeff Tate as well several times, so we got
yeah.
both sides of it. Uh, but Queensryche, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do something with them coming up this year too. Can't really say.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
That'll obviously be for the second album.
right, for sure.
I'm actually seeing White Lion on Sunday at the
Oh, nice.
corporation. Yeah, the corporation in Sheffield. So if you're going to do a UK tour,
Yeah.
corporation is a very good place to be.
Okay, we'll have to jot that down and put it in the books.
Yeah,
Corporation, but you'll love the White Lion show. It's great.
yeah. Well, I've never seen them, so I'm looking forward to that. I
Yeah,
don't think I'm looking forward to it quite as much as what my lady is.
yeah, right. I know he's still a handsome fella, that Mike Tramp.
I don't know. All you lot all seem to have the hair. We'll, we'll,
Yeah,
we'll not say much about mine.
well, I know it happens to the best of us. It'll get me sooner or later, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I mentioned like White Lion and Queensryche, and who would you like to collaborate with?
Oh man, collaborate with or play with. There's so many. I know that this whole announcement of Twisted Sister getting back together. D. Snyder has my drummer Roger all excited, and we're trying to get some calls in to try to get on some of those shows. That would be pretty cool because that's another one from my childhood that started it off
Yeah.
for me was
Well, I
Twisted
was lucky
Sister.
enough. I was lucky enough to see Twisted Sister.
Oh
Got in Sheffield in the about 20 year ago.
yeah.
They were with Alice Cooper, and it was the
Oh,
first
nice.
time and only time I got to see Twisted Sister. The reason why I'm looking down, I'm just trying to find it. I can't remember the. There we go. Today we just bought tickets to see Twisted Sister again at
Oh, did
the.
you really?
Yeah, they've just been announced for the Steelhouse Festival, which
Yeah,
is
I saw that
in North Wales.
they had just announced some festivals. I hadn't actually because we our flight from Los Angeles to Boston yesterday got canceled.
Yeah.
So we had to divert our flight from Boston to New York and landed in New York around midnight and had to find a way back to Boston, which is another 4 hour drive.
Oh,
And
great.
some guy drove us to Boston from New York for $500. It was late. I didn't roll in until about 6 a.m. this morning, so I haven't really caught up on the news yet.
Yeah. Oh dear. So
Yeah,
$125 an hour.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it were announced today, and as soon as I seen Twisted Sister, because I've had bragging rights over my partner because we're both big Twisted Sister fans. So I've
Yeah,
seen them and she hasn't. So as soon as it were announced, she bought the tickets and she's like, "I'm going to see them now."
nice. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Twisted Sister. They're just absolutely brilliant. Dee
Yeah,
Snider, he is a legend.
yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a long time coming. This reunion. It should happen a long time ago. A lot of these bands should have reunited a long time ago with the resurgence, but
Yeah.
some are still
Well,
reluctant.
one of them I've still not seen, which I'm going to try and see, is them there Poison.
Yeah, they're talking next year, I think, right? Next year?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
yeah,
I'm going to see these Guns N' Roses. I'm seeing them at Download Festival this year,
yep,
and Def Leppard is from my hometown, my home city, Sheffield.
yeah.
The drummer went to my school at Dronfield, Henry Fanshawe, so they're local to me.
Excellent.
Um, yeah, so that's a local band. Um,
Great.
these are the bands I grew up with, and I'm assuming you listen to the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. And again, when you ask, who would I like to collaborate with or play with, fortunately, I've gotten an opportunity in this band to play with a lot of them.
Yeah,
From Queensryche, Jeff Tate, Stephen Pearcy, Rat, all those guys. So I don't need a lot of collaboration. I've fulfilled a lot of it, I think, but I like to continue to do it. So
yeah.
continue those relationships, which we'll try to do.
Well, collaborations are always good because it gets a lot of people who's not heard of your band who are into that other band
Yeah,
listening to
yeah,
you and then finding you. So any sort of collaboration like that are brilliant.
yeah. I mean, that's basically been our business model here is get in front of as many people as possible. And so far it's worked out pretty well for us. We've got a good buzz going, and hopefully this new album will continue that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it because I've heard the two singles that you've released, and they're very much the sort of thing I would listen to anyway. So
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm quite excited to listen to the album. So I've listened to them on Spotify. I'm assuming you've got physical copies which are out for
Yep.
sale.
Yes, we do. You can get them on Rat Pack Records on pre-sale now, but after pre-sale, you'll be able to get it on Rat Pack Records or through our website, allsinnerscult.com. And then you'll be able to buy it on Amazon and all those platforms. It'll be for sale.
Yeah. So you got vinyl. Are you doing it
Yep.
on that digipack as well? Is that going to be out? A lot of people are doing these digipacks.
Yeah, we got
Um,
CDs, vinyl. I don't know if that we have cassette tapes, but I don't know if that's part of the pre-sale bundle only, or those be for sale as well. I don't know how many people listen to cassette tapes
Yeah.
anymore, but it's more of a novelty for us. I actually, when we started printing them, went out and found a tape deck so I can listen to them. But yeah, again, it's like people love the old stuff, and we'll keep doing it as long as people keep buying it.
Yeah. Well,
Unless they don't want it anymore.
I found out my one of my old Iron Maiden tapes the other month ago, and I put it in my tape machine and press play, and straight out it was going. So I was rushing to get it out of things before it got chewed up, and that's always a risk when you play a tape, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like I remember that happening to me as a kid many times.
It was like your life ending when your favorite album was being chewed up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, it's I suppose it's different when you've been in a band and you're meeting some of your idols. I mean, since I've started this, I've met people who I've liked. But one band I'm assuming that you're into, who you seem to be into similar music, is Saxon, and I met the guitarist last week, Paul
Yeah,
Quinn and Graham Oliver. They actually only live up the road from me, and I never
nice.
really knew.
Yeah, I love Saxon. I love their new album. I think their Hellfire and Damnation. I think it's a great album. I love
Yeah.
it. So
Well, that's the other
yeah,
person I'm trying to get an interview with is Biff Byford, but
yeah,
he he's not promoting anything at the moment, is what I was told. So
yeah,
I don't care if he's promoting. I just want to talk to him.
yeah. Right. I know. Yeah, big influences, man. That '80s British metal. It's great. Love it.
Yeah. Well,
So
there's a lot of bands that are bringing it all back.
yeah,
It's obviously there's a lot of younger bands that are bringing it back as well. This whole nostalgia thing. So they've obviously listened to what we've been playing and they're wanting to replicate it, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You hinted at a tour. You said you couldn't really tell me much about your tour. Is it just going to be a North American tour, or are you looking at coming across the pond and coming to near me?
everything is up in the air, but we would love to. We would love to do some European stuff. We have someone that works on stuff for us in Asia, so we would love to do that as well. Um, I don't think we're not talking a 300-day a year thing worldwide, but we'd like to hit these markets at some point, and uh, Europe is definitely one of them for sure. So we'll
Yeah.
have to see how that develops as we start booking stuff as this release rolls out.
Yeah, because I know it's expensive doing sorting this sort of thing.
Yeah,
Maybe you look at a festival tour or attaching yourself to a band and touring with them, like going on the road. And I don't know, you seem to be a similar age to me, so I don't think it's going to be quite like Motley Crue. How they were in the day. It's probably going to be a nice coffee and sitting doing
yeah,
some socials.
yeah. Again, we got to see. We're going to see how it rolls out. We do have somebody in mind that we're talking to, so we got to wait and see what they're going to do. So again, it's all up in the air. So whatever they're going to do, we'll probably attach ourselves to that for certain jumps of it and go from there. So
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like you're getting
yeah.
a plan formulated.
trying, trying to. I'm not the boss. I just hear it secondhand. So
Fair enough. So you did a cover of Perfect Strangers, Deep Purple, and the band that actually got me into heavy metal was Deep Purple and Saxon. Deep Purple, Black Knight. You sang Perfect Strangers, which is a fantastic song. Um, would there be any covers on this album, or is it all originals?
no, I think the initial idea was we started playing that song, and I love that album. I think that album, Perfect Strangers, is almost a perfect album. I love it.
Yeah.
So we started doing the song, and when we started recording this album, everything was set up in the studio. And I said, well, while everything is here, why don't we just, again, it went down to content, record everything that we're doing right now. So we recorded Perfect Strangers. We recorded another cover that I'm not going to say, that we have a video for that's going to come out later this year. And my initial idea was to release 45s like singles, like back in the old days. So Into the Flames, our first single, would be the A side, and the B side would have been Perfect Strangers. So it's like old 45s. That actually didn't come to fruition. Um, so we made a video for it, and just released Perfect Strangers. And like I said, another one will come out later this year. We like doing little things for our fans, like, hey, here's a little surprise for you. We did this. Aside from the album, uh, just keep people entertained. Just keep giving people stuff. They give to us so much. We'll give back to them as much as we can.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Um, it's interesting they say about 45s because as a kid, couldn't really afford the album, so you bought the 45s because they were cheap.
Yeah,
And that's the thing I've got more affinity to is 45s and sticking it on and listening and playing the B-sides and thinking that's terrible.
yeah,
You used to get some appalling B-sides. You got or a live track that stick on,
yeah.
but your Perfect Strangers cover is actually really good, and I've really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
listening to it.
Thank you.
Um, but yeah, so it's a pity that you didn't do any 45s because nobody seems to make them anymore.
I know. Well, Roger, the drummer, actually owns a record store, so he's got all
Yeah.
these connections, uh, and he comes up with some stuff. I'm like, where did you find somebody to make that? But I'm sure he would have been able to find somebody to make a 45 for us.
Yeah. Well, there's an LA band, an indie band called Kill Lola, and back in the day, they were the first ones that I know of that invented this, and it was a USB stick, but it's a bracelet that clips on, and you undo it and you plug it into your computer. Back then, it were a PC before we had the laptops, and it automatically downloaded any new content, and then you walked around with it on with the name on it, which I thought they were genius, and
Oh, yeah, that's a good
it
idea.
never caught on. I thought it was a cracking
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. No, that's a good idea. It's a good one.
Yeah, well, I also seen online your guitars, your Flying V. You've got a cream Flying V,
Yep.
and how many guitars have you got?
Funny enough, what time is it in here? And I have a new one getting delivered between 2:45 and 6:45 tonight. Uh, I think at this point I have about 25, somewhere around there.
Say that again, sorry.
Something like I have somewhere around 25, somewhere.
25.
Yeah. I have an entire closet in my house that's got guitar cases stacked up in it. So
Yeah. Well,
kind of
that
an
Flying
obsession.
V, yeah, that
Yeah.
Flying V is beautiful. It really is a
Thank
stunning
you.
guitar.
I
Which do
love
you
them.
prefer playing?
Well, I have three of those. And I carry two of them on the road. A black one and a white one. One's called Heaven, one's called Hell. You can figure out which. I play them both equally. I love those two guitars. My guitar tech, Flavio, at Pandemic Guitars, has them set up perfectly, and they're just fun to play. I like them on
Yeah.
stage because I can put the V on my leg, and I just like how they sit when I'm playing
Yeah.
them. So, but I've got something new coming today that I might have to start taking out. Another
Yeah.
Gibson. So,
It's funny how you say you like how the Flying V fits on your leg. It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that you look cool as hell playing a Flying V.
yeah, not a lot of people do it. Michael Shanker. Uh, I had a guy say to me the other one of our last gigs as I was coming on stage. He's like, "Oh, I'm going Michael Shanker." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a cool ass guitar. I love it."
Yeah. Well, you're a rhythm guitarist, so
Yeah.
do you do lead at all? Do you play some solos or?
I'm never going to try to do a lead in front of Nick because he will destroy me. But we do dual stuff. Um,
Yeah,
he does a lot of harmonizing on his own guitar solos, and so
yeah.
I do a lot of the stuff with him. Um, he's taught me a bunch of stuff, being such a great guitar player, and he pushes me. So to say that I'll never do a lead is not actually true because he'll probably make me do one at some point.
And of course, you'll need your flying V for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm not going to change for that. Stay sticking with the V.
We have a local band in Sheffield called the Carnival, and the bass guitarist Jules. He'll be doing his bit, and when they finish the song, the lead guitarist Harris changes his guitar, and Jules will turn around and say, "So here's Harris changing his guitar for another guitar that sounds exactly like that guitar, but insists it's different."
Yeah, I see.
Is that right?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that I have friends that will can tell you what kind of wood the guitar is when he hears it. I don't have that type of ear, so I'm probably going to say they all sound the same.
Yeah.
I can tell you the difference between like a Fender Stratocaster and a Les Paul by just listening to it, but or a Telecaster just listening to it. But as far as one Les Paul to another or one V to, I know I'm not going to be able to do that for you.
Well, Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal was showing me his guitars, and he's got a Chinese copy of a Gibson. And on the reverse, it's even got the serial numbers and everything. And he's convinced that Gibson has been manufacturing all their guitars from China because you can't tell the difference between this Gibson and the Chinese copy.
Yeah, oh, I have one of those as well, and I was shocked when it showed up and it was stamped with Gibson. So
Yeah, very telling.
yeah, exactly.
Well, fingers crossed that you are going to be coming to Sheffield so I can see you. And obviously, I've got to get a photo pass and meet you and get things
Absolutely,
signed. And
for
but I have
sure.
got one final question before you disappear.
Yeah.
So tell us something about your bandmates that we don't know and they probably don't want us to know.
Wow. Put me on the spot here. Uh,
Yeah.
wow. Something that they probably don't want you to know. I don't know. My guys are pretty shameless. So I don't think, well, I don't know exactly if I could answer that question exactly, but I'll just tell you one thing that the guys in my band and all of us are guys super approachable. We'll always give fans and people the time of day. There's no egos, there's no anything. Uh, and they are, I've done a lot of traveling with them and nobody clashes heads. We have a great time together, totally different personalities, and it works. So, you know, what would they not want to know that I love them all? How about that?
I'll not
So
say that's a cop out, but you know.
yeah, I know. I can't think of any. I just spent 2 days with them in airports and everything, but there's nothing I can think of. Nothing
Well,
that bad.
so your album's out 14th of November. We Own the Night, Rat Pack Records. So good luck with it. Good luck with the launch.
Thank you,
And
sir.
hopefully in the near future we'll be seeing you.
Absolutely. We hope to get over there and see everybody and go out and listen to the music and let us know what you think.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and
Excellent.
nice talking
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thanks. It's great. Great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, enjoy sitting around waiting for your new guitar.
I know. I'm waiting with bated breath. Have a
All
great
right,
day.
thank you very much. So,
Thanks.
see ya.